guys, it's Ben. I've had a lot of good feedback and incredible hits on my traction control, stability control, stabilization video that I did. I think it's past almost to 300,000 hits right now. So I really appreciate everybody clicking on that and subscribing and all the comments that I got on that. So I thought I might start doing some more traction control videos. Today, I have a car that I don't usually have access to. I've got a 2017 Dodge Challenger 2-door. It's rear-wheel drive, of course, has huge wheels and tires on it. It's the 5.7 liter Hemi, 375 horsepower, 410 foot-pounds of torque, and quite an amazing car. Like I say, I'm not beating it up or anything, but I'm having a good time with it. I'm doing some revs and stuff like that, but I wanted to show you the traction control and tell you how traction control does a little, traction control does a little bit more with a muscle car than it does on your average car. So check it out. So down here, it's down by the AC controls. There's the traction control off button, and like I say, I've gotten a huge response on my other traction control video. I think I'm first page results. I'm really thankful everybody for checking that out. Anyways, so on this car, I'm gonna start it up. The traction control button's down here, and if you turn it off, it gives you this view. It says traction control sport, and then you see the traction control light on the left indicating that it's off. Now they call that sport because that reverts this car back to a fully rear-wheel drive car. I think the ABS brakes still work, but all the other electronic systems are off at that point, and you can see the off indicator there. Now, as I say in my other video, when you turn the key and you turn the car back on, it will automatically be enabled and the traction control will work in that instance. So, but here's the thing, with a muscle car, not only does it keep it stable, you know, in the rain if you start to spin out and keep you safe, but in a muscle car, it actually does a little bit more, because those high horsepower rear-wheel drive cars, they tend to really break loose and kind of get away from you. Back in the day, I mean, it wasn't uncommon to hit the gas, spin it around into a telephone pole or something, run it off the road into the ditch, through a fence, all this kind of thing. You should have seen people, you know, in the 80s and even in the 90s when, you know, driving these rear-wheel drive cars in the snow or in a lot of rain on ice. There would just be piles of cars off the road in a dangerous area. So it really helps a muscle car in that aspect, and also it allows you to turn off that traction control basically so you can drive it like it originally was. And that doesn't mean that you have to do burnouts, but I get a lot of messages from guys who say, hey, I want to burn out my car, should I turn this off? Well, if you turn it off, you're going to burn your tires up and everything like that, but if that's what you want to do, just turn it off, and it reverts the car back to the 60s, 70s, even 80s cars, some of the 90s too, that were just basically the wheels spun. They might do anything depending on what differential you had, but anything could happen basically. It was really dangerous, but like I say, these cars have better suspensions, better brakes, so they are safer. And if you do want to turn it off to kind of experience that traditional muscle car style, that's what the traction control off button adds to the whole game. And really, that's what it's about, is the traction control off button. That's what my other video was about. It was more about being able to turn the traction control off, the stability control. Excuse me, just took a little bit of a jog. But yeah, traction control, stability control, stabilization. You can turn all that off and experience a real old school muscle car, kind of the way it should be. Like I say though, especially if you're a novice, if you're not used to a rear-wheel drive car, don't go turning that off and hitting the gas and thinking you're gonna be a stud in about 5 seconds, because you will find yourself going backwards or sideways or flying off the road or into oncoming traffic. Like I say, you need somebody really to show you how to drive a rear-wheel drive car if you don't know how. This one's not mine, so I'm not out really beating it up. But like I say, my traction control off video got so much love. I appreciate everybody for subscribing and everything. I keep saying that, but that's my #1 video on this channel. So thanks for watching. Be careful, but if you got something like this, you can turn that traction control off. Just make sure you know what you're doing. These things will get away from you. But neat, fun cars. I'm out here on a beautiful day in one of my favorite spots. It's gorgeous out here.